Hi there, it's Clive here, and I'm back again with more Google Stadia and Project xCloud news. And the cloud gaming wars are really hotting up. So as you all know, Google Stadia launches next week with its marvellous stream to your TV in 4K 60 frames per second beauty. And there's a few teething problems. They've announced their 12 launch games. So anticipation is high in some quarters, not so much in other quarters. But basically, Google Stadia, a lot of hype around the launch, obvious reasons. Xbox have not wasted any time by countering that and throwing a counterpunch to the whole Google Stadia launch. So at XO19 Xbox laid out some more news and updates on their Project xCloud, and it's pretty big news really, and it's no coincidence they made that announcement a few days prior to the Google Stadia launch. This is Xbox basically parking their tanks on the lawn and saying, hey, Google, you're not the only one in this cloud gaming territory. We're here and we have something that you don't necessarily have, and that is the games, the library of games. So Xbox announced that if you've seen my demo before, you would have seen that the Project xCloud demo that's in beta at the moment only had 5 games. Well, they've just announced another 50 games are available. So if you can see there, all these 50 games, and they're sort of games I think you get on the Games Pass, but basically a whole library of additional games just for testing, with more to follow. So you've got you've got State of Decay 2 on there, Tomb Raider. I've only got Tomb Raider on Google Stadia. Soul Calibur 4, Recore, Madden, Just Cause 4, Hitman, Hellblade, Forza Horizon 4, which I'll just fire up there. Originally, the testing was only available in the US, UK and South Korea. Well, they're expanding that as well, and the preview is going to be rolled out to Canada, India, Japan and Western Europe. In addition to this, they had further news. The thing about the cloud gaming from Xbox, the Project xCloud, is that in their servers sit virtual Xboxes. Okay, so what that basically means for developers is there's no additional development work. There's no porting to be done. So basically what Xbox announced is that obviously these 50 odd games here are just what's being tested at the beta phase. It basically means that if it's an Xbox game, it can effectively run on Project xCloud. So that's 3,500 odd games that they've already got potentially you could play via xCloud, plus another 1,900 games that are apparently in development. So Xbox have the massive advantage over Google of actually having a massive library of games ready to go that don't need any extra work, that don't need porting, because they're basically going to be playing on virtual Xboxes around the world. That's the basic principle. In addition to this, they also announced one of the questions that came up, one of the questions that came up is that can I play games that I own or buy that sit on my Xbox, etc. Well, Xbox also announced that yes, you'll be able to play games that you already own or games that you plan to buy on Project xCloud. Now, how they wrap that up into the whole bundle, I'm not sure. Whether it just becomes part of what Project xCloud is, or whether it's separated out if you've seen my console streaming where you could play games that sit on your Xbox, or whether it just recognizes that you own that game and therefore allows you access to it. So that's pretty amazing as well. And in addition to this, they also announced, as I predicted, plan is for next year that the Project xCloud will be bundled with Xbox Games Pass. So basically, if you have Xbox Games Pass, you'll also have the ability to stream as well, so that the streaming app will be available, which was always the plan. So that genuinely is a Netflix of gaming. For a subscription rate, you can get access to and stream wherever you are, subject to the right peripherals, etc. All the games that are on Xbox Game Pass. And anybody who knows anything about Xbox Games Pass, like I am, it's a good service. They do day-on-day launches with all the big Xbox exclusives. Gears of 5 launched on there, Outer Worlds launched on there, and it's all part of the subscription fee. Whether they're going to up that subscription fee, I don't know, to include the fact that you can stream, I don't know, but it's a very, very compelling offer. But Xbox didn't stop there. There was even more news. I mean, they're really laying out their position, putting their cards on the table to Google and sort of saying, hey, Google, we've seen your 12 launch games. Hold our beer. Because in addition to that, Xbox are planning to bring the Project xCloud in early 2020 to Windows PCs. So those that sort of worry about, playing, like I do a bit really, playing games on your mobile phone is quite small, or you need a bigger tablet or whatever, then as planned, they're bringing it to Windows PCs and other devices. It's unclear what those devices are, but I think it might be smart TVs and things like that. And obviously, they're talking about Apple as well, Apple products. But the fact that you can play the games, just stream the games to your PC, to me, that was one of the major appeals of Google Stadia, really, is being able to sort of play the games on a PC anywhere I am. And basically, Project xCloud have said, we can do that. We're going to do that. So that's happening in early next year as well. And then there's even more news. And not only is this a little kind of, stab at Google, it's also a stab at Sony. Project xCloud, at the moment, you need an Xbox Bluetooth controller or an Xbox Bluetooth compatible controller. They're expanding it to other Bluetooth controllers. So that's a whole range of people who make Bluetooth controllers. So that includes Razer, and get this, it includes the DualShock 4. Yeah, the Sony PlayStation controller. Xbox are saying if you've got a Sony PlayStation controller, you too can access Project xCloud. Somebody actually asked me that in the comments. Well, there you go. Wish granted. I mean, this is really Xbox, as I say, in the midst of the hype around Google Stadia, if you want to call it hype, sort of saying, hey, there are two big animals in this fight, and we're one of them, and we've got something that Google Stadia don't have, and it's going to be a long time before they do have, and that is a library of games. So, this is great for consumers, because what we're on the verge of here is a cloud gaming war, a bit like the console wars of Xbox and PlayStation, and that only pushed development technology forward. Well, we've got the same here, and this is why Google Stadia is coming in now. This is not about console wars. This is about the next generation of cloud gaming, and right now there are only two major players coming to the field, and that is Xbox and it is Google Stadia. And I think the competition is rife, and next year is going to be really exciting in terms of the world of cloud gaming. So there you go. Boom, Xbox drops the mic, as it were, throw some shade at Google Stadia. So let me know what you think. These are, exciting times, and I'm looking forward to this. There's no still official announcement of when Project xCloud actually becomes no longer a beta, sort of a preview service, and actually becomes the thing. But it is clear they are ramping up the ability to play their whole library of games, and ramping up getting the app out to as many different devices as possible so people can enjoy. And I think Google Stadia arguably is in a kind of preview part of their journey, even though it's like a launch. I think you have to forget about a big fanfare launch and really see it as a sort of a preview. And over the next few months, I think Google Stadia will be adding a lot of the elements that they've not added on launch day. The cloud gaming wars are hotting up, and I'm excited about both, to be honest. And I'm really looking forward to seeing whether what Google are bringing to the table is a little bit of edge on that technology. If they can pull off that 4K streaming at 60 frames per second on your big TV, whatever, then I think they have a slight advantage over the tech side. But right now, in terms of content, it's all Xbox. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little update. Let me know what you think. Comments down below. Please subscribe. You haven't already subscribed. If you have, fantastic. It's great. The subscribers are going up and I'm glad to have you all on board. Hit that notification button because, as I say, hopefully, fingers crossed, Google Stadia comes here next week, please. And I'll be doing a full unboxing review of that for you guys as soon as I can, subject to it arriving sometime in the next week or so. Anyway, thank you for watching. Much appreciated, and I'll see you around.